Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. My name is Victoria and as you can see tonight I have tons of dishes to do. Got to get this whole kitchen just cleaned up. So I'm going to start by unloading my dishwasher, and I had to dry them on this day because earlier I went to unload them and I saw that all of the dishes were covered in the dish powder stuff. So I went ahead and rinsed it, and apparently my dishwasher doesn't have a rinse and dry function. So just gotta get these dry first. I just want to introduce myself real quick. I am Victoria and I'm a wife and a mom to two little boys, one who is almost 4 and I can't believe it, and then the other is 7 months. We live here in West Texas. We actually moved here just over 2 years ago, and we came from Colorado. So it's been quite a big change, but we are loving it here. A little bit later on, I'll tell you a little bit more about why we moved here and that whole story. So I don't know about you guys, but when I'm doing the dishes, I really like to rinse all of the food and all the crusty stuff off because I just feel like they don't get as clean if you don't do that beforehand. And I know some dishwashers or some dish soaps are like really good, but I just imagine like all of that food stuff swirling around in the dishwasher across all my dishes, and I don't know, I just can't. So I have to rinse them all off really good beforehand. So I'm curious, what do other people do? Do you rinse your dishes? Do you not rinse them? I want to know. So another thing I like to do when I'm washing dishes is to rinse off this side of the sink and wash it with soap, because I usually have one side of the sink for rinsing out all the food and everything, and then once the dishes are clean I put them on that side and then I rinse them all a little bit later. I feel like that just saves me water, like I'm not using the water constantly, so that's just the way I like to do it. So as I'm sitting here watching the video back and doing this voiceover, I'm thinking, man, I wish that cleaning actually happened this fast. Like, my goodness, I feel like it took me probably an hour. I mean, maybe not, it didn't actually take that long, but it felt like it when I was doing these dishes. And the dishes are something for me that is just never ending. It doesn't matter how many times a day I do dishes, there will always be something in the sink to be washed. So I was washing this and the handle just completely came off. I got these utensils for Christmas and they look nice with like the wood handles, but I feel like the quality maybe isn't as good. The wood is rough, it's not really finished, it doesn't like have a coat, like a sealant or anything on it. And then of course that happened just now, so I thought that was kind of funny. When I started the dishwasher here, I didn't realize it was on the rinse only function still. And later I was like, why isn't the dishwasher running? So then I had to, start it again on the actual wash cycle.
Summer came, we can go everywhere, so let's take it to the beach. Girl, it's just you and me. Now the summer came, so we can go everywhere. Let's take it to the beach. Girl, it's just you and me. Now when the summer's here, maybe we can disappear. Maybe we can go away. Baby, there's no need to stay. Now when the summer's here, we can just disappear.
Now that the dishes are done, I'm just going to clear off the counters and then give them a good wipe down. When I picked this up, I saw there was drool and spit up all over the bottom, and so I just decided to go ahead and clean the whole thing off. I like to use these disinfectant wipes I get from Sam's Club. They're Bactive, I think that's how you say it. But they're supposed to kill like bacteria and all that good stuff, so.
Just you and me. Now the summer came, so we can go everywhere. Let's take it to the beach. Girl, it's just you and me. Now when the summer's here, maybe we can disappear. Maybe we can go away. Baby, there's no need to stay. Now when the summer's here, we can just disappear. Maybe we can go away. Baby, there's no need
On my counters, I'm just using those Bactive wipes again. I like to do this because they're disinfecting. But sometimes I use my Mrs. Meyer's cleaner instead. I just feel like tonight I had been doing dishes for so long. I just wanted to do the quick and easy option tonight. And here I actually am using my Mrs. Meyer's cleaner just to shine up the cooktop because the wipes, they kind of leave it pretty streaky. And you might have noticed the Mrs. Meyer's cleaner is not in a Mrs. Meyer's bottle, and that's because mine broke a while back, so I had to just use another bottle I had that was empty. So I just thought it'd be fun to share with you guys the story about when we moved from Colorado to Texas. My husband and I, we both grew up in Colorado. That's where we met, and that's where we had lived before this. My husband ended up hearing about a really great job down here in West Texas through a friend. So he applied for it, and I was like really skeptical. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to move. I especially don't want to move to a different state, somewhere I've never been. We didn't know anybody down here at all. So I was pretty skeptical. But anyway, he ended up getting the job, moving down here in fall of 2019. And we didn't have a house yet. We didn't have anything set up. So I stayed back in Colorado with our oldest. That was the only one we had at the time. And so, yeah, I stayed in Colorado for 2 months while we waited on buying a house. And the first time I ever came here, my husband was already working, and I was coming down to look at houses. And, at this point, my husband had the job. It was a done deal. So whether or not I liked it here, we were going to stay. But honestly, we moved. I love it here. It's a change of pace compared to where we were living previously. We were near Denver. So it was really busy all the time, really crowded, a lot of people, which was great in certain ways because there's a lot of things to do. But I don't know, since we moved here, it's just like a nice slow change of pace, and we're just really enjoying it. Now I'm just going to clean up the living room. It's really not that bad. I mean, there's just a few toys on the ground and a few blankets to fold up. But yeah, it's not too bad tonight. So this little dog here is Cleo, and she's like a Jack Russell Terrier mix, and she is going to be 6 this year. I've actually had her since she was 6 weeks old, and she just is attached to me. Like, that's all I can say. She just wants to follow me everywhere, and she's just so sweet. I know she looks pretty scruffy, but that's just her hair, you know? I mean, I could bathe her and then brush her, and she'll still look like that like 5 minutes later. I actually have another little dog, Evie, but I don't think she makes an appearance in this video, but I'm sure you'll be seeing her real soon. And the last thing I'm going to be doing on this night is just switching out the laundry. I had this sitting in the dryer, and then I'm going to just put the washing machine load into the dryer and call it a night. So just to recap on what things looked like before, I always love a good before and after. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It means so much to me. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be putting out a lot more content like this, deep cleaning, organizing, all that good stuff. So I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
You'll stay on.